Is the slide visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yesterday these few things that definition is nothing but explanation of a concept, term, or class for that matter, and symbols of it. Now, the component which is defined is known as definiendum, and the group of words or phrases or word or single phrase, if it is again used to define the definiendum, is known as definitions. Okay? As per logicians, there are two kinds of definitions: real and nominal. Okay, nominal is just in words, namesake, verbal existence. Real means it actually has an existence. Okay, now understand the belief that definitions are real. Okay, it has some existence, or it is trying to basically acquaint us with certain major aspects of a class, concept, or anything for that matter. This is held by traditional logicians. So traditional logicians believe that definitions are real. We will be seeing the reasoning behind this, and basically why they call definitions to be real. Now, in case of nominal definition, that definitions are normally only for the namesake, there are number of things that actually don't have any existence but still you define. For example, concept of God or ghost, or suppose existence, or you say culture. So actually, even if it is not existing, we are not seeing it. It does not have any physical again perceivance for that matter. Then to you define something. So that is why modern logicians, okay, as per modern logicians, they believe that definitions are nominal in nature. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Let's now go through the classifications that they provide. Now, in case of classification, first we will go with modern logicians. Okay, so as per modern logicians, there are certain ways of defining things.
मैम
The first, हाँ,
मैम एक एक एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं आप रियल और नॉमिनल का?
of course. See, now this is coming in case of these examples only. So can you wait? This will be more clear to you, and then we will come back to the reasoning
ओके मैम.
behind why traditional logicians are saying it is real, और यहाँ पे modern logicians बोलते हैं ये nominal. ठीक है? We are coming to examples and types itself. Somebody is joining late. Yesterday only I said. Just take my phone. In the time somebody might join, I'll use the same. So basically, as per modern logicians, let's see the classifications and different examples with the classification. So types of definitions as per modern logicians, or which will be the ways of actually, explaining something that is considered to be definition as per modern logicians. Okay, so let's just go to the first type. It is known as ostensive definition. Write it down. Ostensive definition. Now, it is a method of basically defining a word or a class or whatever we all talked about. No? So defining something by pointing out towards it, by pointing out. Like for example, okay, if you ask your dad what is Taj Mahal. Okay. So in that case, he might show you a picture of Taj Mahal and may say, "See, this is Taj Mahal." In case of our early learning, if you have children with the age group of 1 or 2 years, okay, how do we teach them? Ideally, you make use of photos or different pictures and all. You make use of maybe just pointing out to see that is fan. Just by finger you point out to see that is fan, or this is apple, this is red color. So in that case, do you really give the analysis of all things, or you just point out towards the thing and say, and basically say, "Ki, see, this is how, this is what it means for that matter. This is what is apple. This is what is mango, whatever you call it as to be." So in that case, what we actually do, we just point out towards things and we try to ensure that, of course, these like children are associating with the same thing. Okay. Now understand this thing. Now, you all tell me, how do you teach younger children differently? Looking at different objects, understanding objects. Are you going to say कि देख बेटा ये फैन जो है इसमें टिपिकली जो है ये 3 प्लेट्स होंगी, जब वो चलेगा तो बहुत सारा हवा देगा एंड देन हमारी गर्मी दूर भगाएगा, इसको हम फैन बोलते हैं. Are you going to do all these things while defining a fan?
No.
Somebody that much intelligent? Of course not. So we are not expecting a child definitely to get into the analysis process. Okay, you are not going to say, "See, this is apple, this is of such color," and definitely you will start just associating कि ये green है, ये red है, painting करो, सीखो, different colors आप identify करना सीखो. एक्चुअल में आप क्या बोलते हैं? मॉडर्न लॉजिशियंस बोलते हैं कि वो भी एक मेथड है कि आप बच्चे को डिफाइन करना सिखा रहे हो. For that child, what you have pointed out to, when you point out towards a fan, that becomes a definition of some object that he or she is perceiving. Okay? Similarly, when you basically show a picture, that becomes a typical image of that particular object. So in for a child, that is what the image is. Okay, so it has no further analysis, nothing for that matter. ये modern logicians बोल रहे हैं, by the way. We will come to criticism by traditional logicians, which is interesting at the same time. Okay, so they are saying ऐसे. अगर आपको कोई बोलता है कि what is the this bucket test for that matter. Now in that case, the taste of chili typically is considered to be one kind of taste like this. Okay, so in that case आप बोलोगे कि भाई चिली का टेस्ट कैसे होता है, तो आप सजेस्ट करोगे ये लोग खा के टेस्ट कर लो, खुद ही पता चल जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट इज चिली का टेस्ट. दिस इज ऑल्सो a way of saying ostensive definition. So that typical advertisement also which is there, मेलोडी खाओ खुद जान जाओ. So मेलोडी खा के देखो, आपको पता चलेगा मेलोडी का टेस्ट कैसा होता है. This is a typical again objective of that advertisement which is there. So that is also a kind of ostensive definition. Throughout the life, when we ask people, you taste it and you come to know what exactly it means. So वहाँ पे भी this is also going to be ostensive method of defining the concepts. समझ में आया क्या? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is not difficult at all. Traditional थोड़ा सा technical होगा, but modern logician का जो definition का classification है बहुत ही simple है. Okay? So ये आपको आराम से याद रहेगा. If you just pay attention, थोड़े से pointers आप अपने खुद के बना लो. Keyword है by pointing out. अब उसके basis पे just know whatever extra you are feeling. Second one is extensive definition. Yes, name. Extensive definition. Now this is by giving example. Keyword for this is by giving example. You all tell me, when do you give example to make a concept understandable? Before I move further, I shall just tell you it is same like somewhere connotation में when you talk about members and a class. So किसी class को define करने के लिए हम उसके examples देते हैं rather than defining that particular concept itself. Okay. Um, when somebody asks you, what is fruit? आप क्या करते हो? Generally, I'm talking about children in learning phase. तो क्या करते हो? फ्रूट का पूरा एनालिसिस लेके आ जाते हो? सोच के बताओ, बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ रही हूँ. Class, good morning. Am I
Good
asking
morning, ma'am.
something?
Yes, good ma'am.
Am I asking something that doesn't belong to us, that we have never experienced? I'm asking a simple question. When somebody asks you what is fruit, in that case, what are you going to do? आप डिफरेंट फ्रूट्स लाओगे, सामने रख दोगे और बताओगे सी दिस इज व्हाट इज बनाना, एप्पल, दिस आर कॉल्ड एज फ्रूट्स. Okay? But this is the method of defining again, which we generally use for learning age groups. Okay? Generally, in case of learn age group, आप city means Mumbai, Pune, etc., etc. जब आप ये करते हो, this is also extensive definition. तो extensive definition में क्या होता है? Rather than defining the concept like city or a fruit or vegetable, okay, आप क्या करते हो? आप उसके members के बारे में बात करते हो, आप उसके members का example देते हो. So in that case, what modern logicians believe कि that is also a method of defining, but यहाँ पे you again don't engage yourself with analysis, but rather you talk about the members of that particular class. आया समझ में? The fruit means
Yes,
apple,
ma'am.
banana, ये
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
okay? So all these kinds of methodology, whenever you come to know that members के बारे में बात हो रही किसी class का, then it is extensive definition. Okay? Third classification that comes here is biverbal. Biverbal. Now, biverbal के लिए keyword है word to word और phrase to phrase. Word to word or phrase to phrase. Now, typically, can somebody give me example जहाँ पे हम word to word meaning बताते हैं किसी चीज की?
May I?
Yes.
I want to say a Hindi phrase कड़कते हुए बादल बरसते नहीं. Okay?
हाँ, तो इसका मीनिंग क्या होगा फिर? इस एक फ्रेज को आप दूसरे फ्रेज से जब डिफाइन करो, basically, see, you use the phrase, okay, but you also explain the meaning of that by giving another phrase. जब भी आप ऐसा करते हो, then you are making use of biverbal definition or word to word. जैसे मैंने कल एग्जांपल दिया था, aqua means water. Okay, so aqua and water. अगर typically if you go with Hindi and all the languages, then suppose somebody doesn't understand English, तो आप उसको बोलोगे water means पानी नहीं, तो पीता है वो उसी की बात कर रहे हैं. So typically एक वर्ड से दूसरे वर्ड में उसको डिफाइन करना, तो आप उस वर्ड के लिए दूसरा वर्ड, जनरली सिनोनिम जो है वो एक तरह का मेथड हो सकता है बायोवर्बल डेफिनेशन का. देन सेम phrases अगर आप यूज करते हो to define some other phrase, that is also a kind of biverbal definition. Okay? So in that case, anything for that matter would be considered to be जहाँ पे आप एक वर्ड को डिफाइन करने के लिए दूसरा वर्ड लाते हो, okay, which is generally synonym. So just make a note of this for your understanding. But लिखते समय पेपर में synonym word आप नहीं यूज करोगे. I'm just giving you this again one key term so that you can remember कि एक वर्ड के लिए दूसरा वर्ड जब भी आप प्रोवाइड करते हो, that is biverbal method of defining.
मैम आपने क्या बोला अभी?
मैंने बोला बायोवर्बल डेफिनेशंस जो होते हैं, that is generally one word to another word. You try to give meaning. For example, if you say valor means courage, okay, brave means basically courageous, okay. if you try to do something like this, okay, then you are actually defining a word by giving another word. Okay? Similarly, between two fires, okay, it means between two dangers. Okay, so word to word or phrase by phrase. When you define something, it is known as biverbal definition. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, after this, we have stipulative definition. Now, this is very easy to remember. Stipulative definition. Okay. Stipulative, typically you can say stipulated, again terminologies which are there. Okay. Now, sometimes what happens, a word does not have exact meaning. Okay. So, in that case, different people apply their own analysis to the definition, okay, and basically to define something by using the quality and all those things for that matter. Okay. So, generally, when we talk about stipulative definition, it is by somebody. So, once you say according to Marshall, okay, economics means this. According to Aristotle, logic means this. Political science means this. Okay? My mother, by hard work means. So according to my mom. So this is all these things. Whenever you give, entire burden you shift of defining on somebody. So whenever it is according to somebody, then in that case definitions are known to be stipulative definitions. Even when you say, I mean by this, this for that matter. In that case also, okay, this is how it goes on. So generally, a speaker or writers, make use of stipulative definitions more because they give their own interpretations to the concepts or classes which are existing. Then that is also a method of defining, which is known as stipulative definition. Clear? The keyword for this you can write according to someone. Could be anyone. आप भी हो सकते हो, आपके डेली लाइफ के लोग हो सकते हैं, कोई राइटर हो सकता है, स्पीकर हो सकता है, ये जितने भी स्कॉलर्स हैं, इंटेलेक्चुअल्स वगैरह जो डिफाइन करते हैं चीज़ों को, इवन वो भी हो सकते हैं. सो इन दैट केस दैट इज स्टिपुलेटिव डेफिनेशन. फिफ्थ काइंड इज लेक्सिकल डेफिनेशन. लेक्सिकल डेफिनेशन के लिए कीवर्ड क्या होता है, मतलब थोड़ा सा ध्यान दो बिकॉज ये और बाइबल दोनों बहुत बार ओवरलैपिंग होते हैं. दिस इज डिक्शनरी मीनिंग. अगर किसी वर्ड का मीनिंग व्हेन यू सर्च इन डिक्शनरी and then you come and basically say okay, this is what the word means, then actually you are using the method of course lexical. So, since our in childhood, as we start using dictionaries, we keep on searching for words which are there. Okay, so in that or by that process, when we define something or when we mean something by saying something using dictionary and all, then generally the term is known to be lexical definition. Okay, also understand there are few things which are confusing. For example, जैसे मैंने बोला कि aqua means water. Okay, now understand dictionary includes always the terms, okay, the words or the phrases which are being used by masses. Okay, so common people. जो जिन वर्ड्स का मैक्सिमम यूसेस होता है बाय masses, dictionary defines those words. For example, even these days we have so many short forms and all that we make use of, in case of like while typing messages and all. There are few words which have been now included in Oxford Dictionary, okay, because these have become regular terms which are being used by masses. So that is why the meaning or existence of that term is necessary to be existing in case of dictionary for that matter. So if I say aqua means water, but rather than that, if I say for French people, understanding by masses. So for French people, aqua means water. ये biverbal definition नहीं रहेगा. This will become lexical definition because this is the uses by masses. Okay, so typically this is how this goes on. So lexical definition is basically sometimes may have more than one meaning. Okay, like if you talk about date is khajur, date is Tariq date is also basically taking somebody to have face-to-face interaction. So one word, three meanings, and your dictionary will talk about all three meanings that it has definitely. And depending upon your requirement, you will be using the meaning of the term for that matter. So generally, when we talk about something like this, generally lexical definitions are not necessarily always be true. So they might be true, they might be false also. Okay. But again, truth and falsity is not the major concern for lexical definition because it only takes uses into consideration. Okay. अब अगर रॉफल और रॉफल ही बोलते हैं ना, आई डोंट नो नए नए टर्म्स क्या क्या हैं. ओके, सो अगर ये सब डिक्शनरी में इंक्लूड होते हैं, so it is only because people are making use of this. So when people are searching for the meaning of that, it should be available. So that is why dictionary will include such kind of words also if it is being used extensively by masses. Now you can go on search on Google, which are the new words which have been included in the Oxford Dictionary. You will get a list of this on everyday basis. Again, there are a number of things that comes into existence.
Oh,
Yes.
ma'am, I'm sorry for interruption. Actually, Khushbu, she's trying to join the class. She said that she having some net problem. So can you just accept her? That's it. Thank you.
Ask her to join now. I'm waiting for her.
I told her. I hope she sees the message.
So, in that case, it might be true or false. But as I said, truth and falsity has nothing to do with lexical definition, because it has to take into consideration the user's purpose for masses. So that is how the definitions or method of defining the way it is done in dictionary. Okay, always that is considered to be lexical definition. Clear this much? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And this last one, just understand carefully, because your entire traditional logic is based upon this particular classification only. But sixth kind, as per modern logicians, is per genus ad differential. Differential. Per genus ad differential. Now, this particular definition focuses upon, okay, analysis. So यहाँ पे analysis involved होगा. So as per logician, this is also one of the method. Okay? So analysis by stating, analysis by stating its genus and differential. Now, what is the meaning of these two words which are there? Okay. Now, when we talk about a class and inclusion of different members into that class, for that matter. So, in that way, okay, genus means class, note it down, and differentia means that different quality or that distinguishing quality, that specific quality that differentiates one class from the another class for that matter. Okay? For example, if you say, which example should I take? If I'm saying, suppose sunglasses are the glasses with protect eyes from sun rays. From in that case, of course, in that case also not simple sun rays, but I think UV and ultra protection that we talk about, that specifically it will focus on. Or harmful effect of sun rays, harmful effect of UV rays for that matter. If you do that, what you are doing? This is your definition sunglasses. You are defining this by analyzing. Okay, so it means it is saying there are number of glasses. Okay, so are the glasses? So it means there are other kinds of glasses as well, but there is a specific kind of glass, and this is a differentiating quality. How it differs from other glasses typically. That is, it is generally both in order to protect eyes from the sun rays. So it has a special function. That is how this we can differentiate between a sunglass and any other glass for that matter. Okay. So typically, glass becomes genus, that is class. Okay. And the differentiating quality in that case, that is differentia. Okay, becomes the analysis of that, something that protects eyes from sun rays. So this is how one class can be differentiated from the other class. Definitely on this note, there are number of things that could be done, but always remember, जहाँ पे थोड़ा सा भी analysis involved होगा, okay, that kind of definition would be known as per genus and differential. समझ में आया? सोच के बताओ, कोई जरूरी नहीं है. Once you're sure you've understood, let me know. Till that time, I'm waiting.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I did not understand what is differential.
Differential is that differentiating quality. For example, if you talk about class of insects, okay. So in that case, suppose you say uh, bee. Bee क्या होता है? Honey bee typically. मधुमक्खी नो. Okay. So insects में bees भी आते हैं, ants भी आते हैं, mosquitoes भी होते हैं, cockroach भी होते हैं, etc. 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 Okay. There are various species which are included. Means there are various members which are included in the class of insects. Okay. But are like is bee different from mosquito?
Yes.
Yes. How do we differentiate? What is the parameter? Just because they look different to each other, is that the only parameter?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the only parameter? Think again. Don't you think there are certain qualities that makes them different from each other? Now understand this. What is the job of bee for that matter? अरे bee का काम क्या होता है? Yes, to make honey. Now in that case, can it also be made by mosquito?
No.
Can it be made by ant? Can it be made by cockroach? Of course not. Okay, but all are insects. But in that case, bee is a kind of insect that basically produces honey and wax. Okay, so that is why it gets distinguished. Okay, despite being in the same genus, because of this differentiating quality, one species becomes different from other. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you define something like this, by giving analysis of that particular term, class, members, and all those things. Okay, so class and members and differentiating qualities that makes them different from the same member. For example, suppose if I say, in that way, suppose there are many students in the class. Okay, in that case, we try to basically remember everyone on the basis of specific qualities that they have. It's not that जब आप अगर आप क्लास में होते I would have given this in a much better way. But understand, it's not your names only that makes you familiar with all of us. Okay, there are number of qualities that क्लास क्या है अभी स्टूडेंट की है पर उस क्लास में every one of you are different from each other. And when it comes to remembering, when it comes to analyzing, in that case, what we do, or generally your mind does, forget about intentionally कोई नहीं करता. But suppose once I saw कि चलो maybe सिमोना ने basically कोई moot court competition दी था. तो I remember, okay, प्रणय ने कुछ बहुत ही honestly admit किया. I remember because of this quality. In that case, ये भी याद रखना वो अच्छा भी हो सकता है बुरा भी हो सकता है. Suppose if I am saying that Dev is everyday bunking class, तो भी मुझे याद रहेगा in that case. So in that way, different in the same class in the same genus, there are number of species typically. So students, there are many students. So students or each and every student is individual species for that matter. But in that case, each one of them are different from each other because of the differentiating quality that they have different from each other. Understood? And that will help me defining. I mean, if ever it comes to. Okay, in that case, that will help me defining. Okay, find how one person is different from each other. Okay, so in that case, this method of defining would be known as per genus at differentia. जहाँ पे differentiating outstanding quality, which is different from the other, जो मुझे differentiate करता है. So like for example, if we talk about humans, when humans are animals, okay, but rationality is one differentiating quality that distinguishes, that separates human from all the other animals. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
जब आप ऐसे कभी भी डिफाइन करोगे human को या for that matter, so in that case that would be a kind of methodology which is known as per genus at differentia. Sorry, at differentia. Clear everyone? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Only
ma'am.
one person?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Yes.
Can you differentiate biverbal and lexical definition with the example I give?
Which example did you give?
Okay, if I say that a century is 100 years, so how would you differentiate between a biverbal and a lexical?
Now, in this case, is it used by masses? Is it in practice by masses where everyone believes that century means this?
Yes.
Yes, so it will be lexical definition. Okay?
Okay, and not biverbal. कि दोनों
Not
हो सकता
Bible.
है.
नहीं, not Bible. Generally, जो भी ये 1 billion means this, 1 trillion means this, ये जो ऐसे वाले terms है ना थोड़े से, इसको आप हमेशा lexical में ही classify करना है. So कभी भी bi-verbal में मत डालना. ठीक है? Always remember weight, measurement, or such kind of methodology of basically calling numbers into something. So you keep it under the category of lexical only always. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take your attendance for the first lecture.
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh. Vignesh. Rishabh.
Present, ma'am.
Where were you for so many days? Rishabh, I'm talking to you. Am I audible?
Ma'am, actually, Vignesh said present.
Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Akshita,
Present, ma'am.
Nadia,
Present, ma'am.
Siddesh,
Present, ma'am.
Anuj,
Present, ma'am.
Siona,
Yes, ma'am.
Fleur,
Present, ma'am.
Dubey Ashish, Brinda,
Ma'am present, Ashish.
Brinda,
Present, ma'am.
Isha,
मैम present. वृंदा.
ठीक है, प्रमोद, ईशाना,
मैम.
Present, ma'am.
Sakshi,
Present, ma'am.
Nidhi,
Present,
Samiksha,
present, ma'am.
Abhishek,
Present, ma'am.
Ayush,
Present, ma'am.
Shramik, Shramik, Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Navesh, and Navesh, Krishan,
Present, ma'am.
Ashish Khanna,
Present, ma'am.
Bhumi,
Present, ma'am.
Rosemary,
Present, ma'am.
Monica,
Present, ma'am.
Vivek,
Present, ma'am.
Siddhi,
Present, ma'am.
Ansh,
Ma'am, I came late.
Ansh, you came late. At what time? लड़के बोलेगा ना। अच्छा, ये बाद में सब वैसे म्यूट
हेलो मैम।
चले जाते हैं। हाँ
हेलो
बोलो।
मैम। मैम आपने कल बोला था ना करण से बात करो, तो करण इज हियर, यू लेट हिम इन द मीटिंग क्या?
करण
Karan's roll number is I think in the starting five of class B or A. His surname is Chaube, right? So
so that is not Karan, that is Rishabh. Chaudhary Rishabh.
Karan and Rishabh are the same person.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Yeah.
There is a person who is not speaking English.
I'll message him again to join. I told him you wanted to speak with him.
He had joined the lecture.
Yeah. He had joined the lecture. See, he's
Okay.
typing, ma'am, in the chat box.
So ऋषभ भाई, तेरा माइक अनम्यूट नहीं होगा?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
अच्छा, गुड मॉर्निंग। कहाँ गायब हो तू?
हाँ मैम।
कहाँ गायब हो?
मैम कुछ नहीं, अभी फिलहाल मेरा प्रैक्टिस चल रहा था, बैंगलोर में हूँ, तो ज़्यादा टाइम मिल नहीं रहा था लेक्चर्स अटेंड करने के लिए।
मेरे को
यस मैम।
ऐसे ही मतलब हमेशा होने वाला है हर मंथ में?
मैम अभी तो फिलहाल पता नहीं, बट प्रायोरिटी में फिलहाल मेरा प्रैक्टिस चल रहा है, तो अभी वही करना पड़ रहा है। तो फिलहाल अभी लॉकडाउन दिया है एक हफ्ते का, तो इसके लिए फ्री मिला है।
अच्छा,
यस मैम।
ठीक है ऋषभ, देन इन दैट केस ऑफ कोर्स आपका नाम डिफॉल्ट लिस्ट में आएगा, सो बी रेडी फॉर दैट आल्सो। ऑफ कोर्स यू नो
मैम
दिस
मैंने
ऑलरेडी।
मैंने प्रिंसिपल से पहले ही बात कर चुका है ये सब के लिए।
तो फिर भी डिफॉल्ट में नाम तो रहेगा ही ना, उसके लिए कंसेशन थोड़ी मिलेगा।
हाँ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं मैम।
ठीक। रोजमेन, मोनिका, ब्रिगेड हो गया, सिद्धि, अंश। अंश आई देयर? अंश आई देयर? Absent. Anshuman? Anshuman is also absent. Very good. Mukta? Mukta. Please put in chat box. Narayan?
Present, ma'am.
Pooja? Pooja. Chandana Mishra? Shruti? Shruti Mistry?
Yes, ma'am.
A.
Present, ma'am.
Aditi. डल वॉइस की होती है। प्रतीक्षा।
Present, ma'am.
हरिता।
Present, ma'am.
दीक्षा। दीक्षा। प्रणव।
Present, ma'am.
शिवानी।
Present, ma'am.
ज्योति। सारिका।
Present, ma'am.
जसिका। अनुराग। सॉरी सबका तो है। अनुराग।
Ma'am, is mine even working in the second line?
जसिका। अरे किसकी
Ma'am,
बात कर रहे हो? सफा ना, हाँ तो सफा को तुमने वैसे भी मार्क नहीं किया प्रोटेक्शन में। अनुराग।
Ma'am is present. His
Ma'am is
mic is
present. His mic isn't working.
ओके। मयंक। नंदिनी।
Present, ma'am.
राधा।
Present, ma'am.
नेहा।
Present, ma'am.
अनीहा।
Present, ma'am.
आदित्य।
Present, ma'am.
कविता।
Present, ma'am.
अमन।
Present, ma'am.
अंजलि।
Present, ma'am.
हर्षिता। हर्षिता। प्राची।
Present, ma'am.
प्रणय। प्रणय सिंह। प्राप्ति।
Present, ma'am.
शांतनु सुनामी। शांतनु। आदित्य सुत्राली। दीपम। रुपेश।
Present, ma'am.
वैष्णवी।
Ma'am, B22 present.
वैष्णवी are there? अंकिता। अंकिता।
Present, ma'am.
खुशबू।
Present, ma'am.
नियति। नियति। श्वेता।
Present, ma'am.
अनुज। Take a break of 10 minutes. Come back at 9. Be there in the same link. Do not leave. You all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go through the analysis given by traditional logicians. Today in group I'll be forwarding you few sums that only belongs to modern logic classification. You all identify today and let me know tomorrow whether you are able to do that completely or not. Plus, the sums which are given in your text, of course in exercises, go through that as per your time. I won't ask you to kal ke kal hi karo. So whenever you have time, like 2 3 days only, just go through those sums also. Most of the things, of course, जो modern definitions का है, that will be able to identify. Only in case of traditional definition, थोड़ा सा technical हो जाता है, because as far as a traditional definition is concerned, okay, it is saying that all the definitions are real in nature. Now, what is the reason behind that? When you explain something to anybody, whether through ostensive method, extensive method, or through biverbal, lexical, or stipulative, ultimately, okay, you are thinking that the person who is observing is analyzing only in case of purginess, but this might not be the case at all. For example, if you are teaching a child, that is a fan kind of thing. In that case, the child is definitely analyzing and basically trying to analyze the image of that, restore that image in the memory also, and definitely associate and differentiate between a fan and an apple, a fan and a light, a fan and a person for that matter. So you are thinking, as a definition giver, that typically if you say कि definitions would be nominal, but here for that child definitions are not nominal. He or she is learning, or even we all, suppose हमने कुछ नहीं देखा, अगर हम first time देखें and कोई point out करके भी हमको सिखाता तो भी हम सीखते हैं. In that case हमारे लिए वो analysis है. How to remember that? Okay, ये place यहाँ पे था. This was the monument situated over there. These are the facts related to any of the things which are there. So ultimately आप और मैं भी एनालाइज करके ही सीखते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिशियंस आर सेइंग. तो दे आर सेइंग कि ऑल डेफिनेशंस आर रियल. आपको दिखने में लगेगा कि द अदर पर्सन इज नॉट एनालाइजिंग, बट that individual at his or her level, always analyzes a thing for that one. Okay, and if sometimes it does not follow any basic rule, जो definition define करते वक्त आपको याद होना चाहिए, आपको पता होना चाहिए, then in that case traditional logic consider that to be fallacy. So there is concept of fallacy in case of traditional logic. Is clear? इतना समझ में आया? Yes, class. तो जल्दी रिस्पॉन्ड करो. Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So let's go as per traditional logic. So as per traditional logic, there is only one method of defining. That is always through analysis. It means it is always through per genus ad differentia. These are the see. Of course, if you all know this particular classification which we are doing right now, of course traditional पहले आया है और modern logic के interpretations बाद में आए. So on that note, modern logicians criticize नहीं कर रहे हैं, sorry, traditional logicians criticize नहीं कर रहे हैं modern logician को, saying that कि आपने क्या 6 नए types निकाल दिए. The reason being कि वो तो पहले ही अपनी theories बता चुके हैं, उनके लिए definitions real है, whatever you say. Okay, but if you raise this criticism against traditional logic, in traditional logic difference typically like saying like this कि why as per again of course जो उसके इंटरप्रिटर्स होंगे, जो भी उस लॉजिक में बिलीव करते होंगे, दे हैव दिस टिपिकल अगेन explanation or refutation, or you can say rebut for whatever is being said. Now even you, for that matter, suppose अगर आपको भी लगता है कि नहीं definitions are not nominal, in that case you will also try to basically explain, okay fine, while doing ostensive, extensive, whatever, आपको मुझे लगेगा कि the person is not analyzing, but for the person in order to understand that particular concept, वो चाहे इमेज याद रखे, चाहे उसका क्लासिफिकेशन याद रखे, या चीज़ों को कनेक्ट करे, डिफरेंशिएट करके याद रखे, अल्टीमेटली there is analysis involved. Okay, so in that case, definitions are always real. This is what is the belief of traditional logic. You can agree with that, you can differ from that. It's your own opinion. Once you think on different concepts which are there. Okay? So, coming to this typical definition, or that is genus at differential. Okay, we have certain examples given in our text. I'll refer to those first. Okay, for example, let's take the first one. Okay. Now, in case you say that pentagon is a five-sided rectilinear plane figure. Pentagon is a five-sided rectilinear plane figure. Now, in that case, typically, if you pay attention to the definition which is given, what it is doing, okay, it is differentiating all other different kinds of plane figures. At rectilinear plane figure, it's not only pentagon which comes, but what is that distinguishing quality for pentagon for that matter? That five-sidedness. Okay, so this five-sidedness becomes the differentia for the genus of course, plane figures which are there. Is this clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Second, if I say baby is a very young child. Okay, is a very young child. Now, in this case also, child क्या हुआ? This is the of course class, that is genus. Okay, and very young, okay, becomes the differentia for it. And what is being defined? That is definendum क्या है? Baby. In that case, class क्या है? Child. And what is the differentia? Very young. Understood? Same. In case of first example, pentagon क्या था? Definendum. Okay. Pentagon was definendum. Okay. Five-sidedness, okay, is the quality, that is the differentia which is there. Okay. And rectilinear plane figure, this becomes your class for that matter. Understood? That is genus. आ रहा समझ में?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ मैम.
Okay.
Yes.
Now coming to the twist.
No, ma'am.
क्या नहीं समझा बेटा बोलो.
मैम ये एग्जाम्पल ही नहीं समझा.
Hello, ma'am.
हाँ बोलो.
I was facing internet issue. Can you please repeat, ma'am?
Yes. Now you only tell me. In case of the second one, what is being defined? What is a definendum?
Sorry, ma'am.
In case of second example, what is a definendum? What is being defined? Class, good morning. In case क्या वो सबका एक साथ नेटवर्क इशू है क्या?
Baby.
So baby, yes. Yes, so baby is being defined. So that is why definendum is baby. Okay. और उसके बाद ये सब कुछ जो दिया, because every definition has two component. Okay. So this is definendum, and the rest whatever comes, that is definitions. But the kind of definition that it is per genus at differential. Now question arises, what is the meaning of the term genus? Genus means class. Okay, and differentium means that differentiating quality for that matter. What is the differentia in that way? Okay, so जो अभी see baby आप क्या सिर्फ छोटे बच्चों को ही बोलते, very young child is only known to be babies. This is what a typical definition is saying कि babies are different from of course grown up child. Child आप कब तक बोले जाते हो? Up to what age? Yes. Up to what age you are considered to be a child? 10. Continue. Any other thing?
9.
9. Okay. Now it is typically 14. Okay, to the age of 14. So for your 9th and 10th standard, if you see, you are considered to be a child. Okay. Now understand. Can you be called baby? Yes.
No, ma'am.
No.
Of course
No,
not.
ma'am.
Why? Who is a baby? Baby is very young child for that matter. So बहुत age में छोटा हो, maybe newborn baby or to 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, you will call that child to baby. It means very young age group में जो है बच्चे, उनको हम baby बुलाते हैं. Okay? So in that case, यहाँ पे genus क्या हुआ? Child. क्योंकि child class हो गया, जिसमें babies होते हैं, थोड़े बड़े एज ग्रुप के होते हैं, 14 इयर्स के होते हैं, 13 इयर्स के होते हैं, डिफरेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक आप असाइन कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे. बट व्हेन यू कॉल समबडी अ बेबी, इन दैट केस द कंडीशन दैट गोज द डिफरेंशिया, the distinguishing quality from other child, okay, other children, sorry, that is the youngness, the age, very young child for that matter only could be considered to be baby. So यहाँ पे baby is definendum, चाइल्ड आपका जीनस है, जीनस का मतलब क्लास. पे अटेंशन. ओके, चाइल्ड इज जीनस, इट मींस क्लास. So it's not just baby, but also of different age group, up to 14 years of age. Okay, different children from different age group would be part of that genus, that class. Okay, so in that case, but they cannot be called baby, because baby, in order to be called as baby, you need to be at a very young age for that matter. So that children with very young age, okay, or in very young age, they only can be called as baby. So what is the differentiating, what is the differentia? That very young, okay, which distinguishes baby from other children, other members of its class. Is this clear? This is differential.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt to anyone? Please ask right now. Don't hold yourself back. It's fine even if I have to explain 2 more times. There is no problem. But let me know if somebody has not understood.
Ma'am? Ma'am, what does it mean, genus?
Genus means class, group.
Okay, sorry.
So if you say child, तो in that case, I'm saying children. So children का एक class हो गया. तो सब क्या एक ही एज के लोग होते हैं जिनको हम लोग चिल्ड्रन बोलते हैं? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. सब अलग अलग एज ग्रुप में होंगे. उसमें एक पर्टिकुलर एज ग्रुप होता है जिनको हम बेबीज बोलते हैं. सो इट मींस चिल्ड्रन की क्लास में, if you want, the babies would be only children who are at very young age, up to 2 years, 3 years, something like this. Clear? So that is the genus. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, in the broader perspective, these are so many words which are going through and through with every chapter. Is there a table that we can follow to understand these terms easily?
I'm not getting you. Which kind of words you want?
Like now, for example, someone mentioned genus over here. So, through and through, there are many words coming right and left, and many concepts coming with it. So, is there a table which can be done or can be made to simplify this for the further understanding?
No, see, even if you make table, suppose maximum what you can do, okay, kind of definition, तो जो भी name होगा उसका, that keyword, and then one example each, right? When you do this, beta, In that, if you come to per genus, we are learning the meaning of the term genus itself. Okay. Now, in that case, keyword will be class itself. Okay. Class and differentiating quality for that matter. Now understand this, it is not difficult. We can make table. एक word लिखेंगे हम, उसके बाजू में उसका keyword दे देंगे जो मैंने आपको already दिया है यहाँ पे. In case of all this modern definitions, I have already given you. Ostensive के लिए by pointing out, extensive by giving example, then word to word, phrase to phrase. This is according to someone. Dictionary meaning. I have already given you keywords. If you all want, you can make your table. There is no problem with that. So that you can remember. But in case of per genus, what happens? Now remember, कि of course उसके लिए भी एक keyword है कि there is genus and there is differentia. But genus और differentia का meaning तो आपको पता होना चाहिए ना? Are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
So the meaning of genus is not confusing at all. Please make a note of this. Class, group. हम class शुरू से पढ़ते आए हैं. Okay, so class of animals, class of this. It means group of something we are talking about. Okay, so वो एक क्लास होती है, उस क्लास में बहुत सारे मेंबर्स होते हैं, बट हर एक मेंबर एक दूसरे से डिफरेंट होता है बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन डिफरेंशिएटिंग क्वालिटी. Okay, so जैसे आप बोलते हो ग्लासेस में देयर आर मल्टीपल काइंड्स ऑफ ग्लासेस, बट व्हेन यू मेंशन अबाउट सन ग्लासेस, तो इन दैट केस नाउ अंडरस्टैंड, ग्लासेस जो है वो जीनस है. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, ग्लासेस एक क्लास की बात करें, बट दीज आर द स्पेशल ग्लासेस. नाउ स्पेशल ग्लासेस व्हिच प्रोटेक्ट आईज फ्रॉम UV rays of the sun for that matter. So that becomes the differentia. Now understand, please just close your eyes and try to decode the term per genus at differentia. Class में से किसी एक member को कोई एक member differ करता है because of certain differentiating quality. So अगर definition कभी भी ऐसे दिया जाए किसी भी चीज का जहां पे आप उसकी क्वालिटी के बेसिस पे उसको उसके ग्रुप से डिस्टिंग्विश बता रहे हो, डिफरेंट बता रहे हो, तो इन दैट केस यू आर डिफाइनिंग इटसेल्फ, बट द मेथड इज एनालिसिस. एनालिसिस किस चीज का है? क्लास का और डिफरेंशिएटिंग क्वालिटी का. आर यू गेटिंग दिस एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
So these
Yes,
are,
ma'am.
now what is the twist here? Now you will make table in case of, हम लोग अब ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक पे आ गए, मॉडर्न लॉजिक खत्म हो गया. मॉडर्न लॉजिक के लिए पर जीनस सिर्फ एक टाइप है, ओके, आउट ऑफ 6. बट ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक के लिए एवरी डेफिनेशन इज पर जीनस डेफिनेशन. आप बिना एनालिसिस के कोई चीज डिफाइन नहीं कर सकते, which is logically valid also. You cannot define anything without analysis. You might be in any age group for that matter. Okay, but again, what it is saying, whenever you define something, you always distinguish that for that matter. For example, if I say logic, okay, is again formal science that furnishes methods and principles to distinguish correct reasoning from other kind of reasoning for that matter. So understand, in that way, in the typical classification, logic would be my definiendum. In that way, what is a differentiating quality than any other science for that matter? Formal science and mathematics bhi aata hai. But mathematics is not providing you, of course, methods and principles for distinguishing correct from the incorrect reasoning. Okay, but वो जो है आपको सिर्फ कुछ methodologies बताता है for calculation and all the other things. उसका function अलग है, logic का function अलग है. So typically जब मैं logic के बारे में बात करती हूँ, पहले मैं formal science की बात कर रही हूँ, तो formal science क्या हुआ? Group हो गया, genus हो गया. Okay, so उस genus में दो member exist करते हैं, mathematics and logic. अब मैथमेटिक्स और लॉजिक अगर दोनों की क्वालिटी सेम होंगी तो अलग कैसे हो सकते हैं? तो मैं लॉजिक डिफाइन करूं या मैथमेटिक्स डिफाइन करूं, इट मींस वन एंड द सेम थिंग. बट this is not the case. There is a differentiating quality which is existing in something. They both are different, so they are member of the same class, but individually logic talks about reasoning principles, mathematics talks about calculation and all the other principles which are there. So in that case, वो दोनों एक दूसरे से अलग कैसे हुए? Because of the differentia. Differentia for logic is reasoning, and for mathematics is calculation. Are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
समझ में आ रहा है? तो अभी ये अगर आप डिफरेंशिएट करोगे नहीं तो कभी आप डिफाइन कर पाओगे? लॉजिक, इकोनॉमिक्स, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, आप कुछ नहीं डिफाइन कर पाओगे. अल्टीमेटली सबके सब जो है फॉर्मल साइंसेज हैं या फिर सोशल साइंसेज हैं या फिर नेचुरल साइंसेज हैं. इन शॉर्ट अगर मैं एक बड़ा सा क्लास बोलूँ तो साइंसेस का एक क्लास है, उसके अंदर भी सब क्लासेस हैं। अब उस सब क्लासेस में भी अलग अलग मेंबरशिप्स है फॉर दैट मैटर, बट ये पॉसिबल तभी है जब एक दूसरे से अलग होगा। अगर सब सेम ही है तो फिर डिफरेंशिया क्या हुआ? तो एक ही जीनस में, एक ही क्लास में, एक ही ग्रुप में देयर माइट बी मल्टीपल मेंबर्स, बट दोज मेंबर्स, if it gets distinguished from the other one, then there is a definitely, a differentiating quality which is known as differentia, that separates that from the other one which is there. Understood? Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes, ma'am.
So what traditional logicians are saying कि भाई आप कुछ भी करो, आप जो ताजमहल को पॉइंट आउट करके दिखा रहे हो तो भी there are number of monuments for that matter. Okay, in that case you are different. Your definiendum is Taj Mahal. You are in that case, maybe pointing out or maybe teaching a child कि look at the color and the structure of this Taj Mahal. So in that case differentiating quality क्या है उस structure का? So in that case, of course, comparative note पे the child will be learning. Of course, the other monument that I saw that is different from this monument. So of course, this structure would be known to be Taj Mahal. So in that case, what is the differential क्या हुआ इसमें? That specific structure में क्या difference है definitely, unique क्या है structure में than the other structures which are there. So automatically with that I will always define Taj Mahal like that, So in that case मैं कुछ भी define करूँ, चाहे in that way आप simple सा pen भी ले लो, okay? So आप अगर ball pen भी define करोगे, then too आप जो भी चीजें बोलोगे, there are number of writing again materials available to us, but in that case pen is different from pencil because both have different functions to perform, and typically that is their different, there is a differentia जहाँ पे that is a quality जिसकी वजह से दोनों एक दूसरे से अलग है. So जब आप डिफाइन करोगे तो आप उस क्वालिटी के बारे में बात करोगे so that आपको डिफरेंस पता रहे हमेशा. So that is why traditional logic says कि आप कुछ भी डिफाइन करो, अल्टीमेटली आप जो है उसको उसके जीनस से जीनस में जाके आप जो है उसकी डिफरेंशिएटिंग क्वालिटी को हाईलाइट करके उस वर्ड को डिफाइन करते हो. टिपिकली इट मींस आप एनालिसिस करने के बाद डिफाइन करते हो हमेशा. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक मींस. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Can we move on to the stipulated one?
No, beta, it won't be stipulated definition because in case of for traditional logic even stipulated definition exist नहीं करता है. For it, whenever you say according to someone, even that person analyzes that. So it's not restricting you to have your own definitions. Understand this? It is just saying कि जब भी आप analyze करके आप define करते हो, जब आप analysis पक्का करते हो. So there is no compromise with analysis. जबकि modern logic बोलता है when somebody does it according to themselves, according to them, in that case it is a different kind of definition as far as maybe जब आप point out करके example देके define करते हो. So understand, in that case traditional logic बोल रहा है कि stipulative वगैरह उसके तो exist ही नहीं करता ना, तो पहले ही आके गया. It says सारे definitions पर genus ही होते हैं, चाहे कोई भी definitions हो, और उससे related कुछ rules होते हैं. फिर इसका मतलब जब भी आप define करने की कोशिश करोगे कोई भी चीज खुद से भी, when you say कि suppose value for me is this, in that case it is asking you to follow certain rules. Okay, अब आपको rules follow करने हैं, आपको कुछ principles याद रखने हैं whenever you define something, and if you remember that principle, हो सकता है उसमें आप biverbal की बात करें. Okay, but biverbal क्या होगा? Biverbal method as per traditional logic वो एक तरह का fallacy है. We will come to that also. So आपको rules follow करने हैं. अगर आप rules violate करते हो, in that case you are committing a mistake, an error or a fallacy for that matter. Okay, so this is actually on a very simple note. सबसे पहले ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक आया, उनका ये था कि आप एनालाइज करके ही डिफाइन करते हो. मॉडर्न लॉजिक ने उसको मैक्सिमम चीजों में डिफरेंशिएट किया, 6 टाइप्स में डिवाइड किया. वो उनका पर्सपेक्टिव था कि हाउ दे डिवाइडेड दिस. ओके, बट फॉर मॉडर्न लॉजिक अब कंपेयर मत करना मॉडर्न और ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक को. ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक को ऐसे पढ़ो कि सिर्फ उस वहाँ पे पर जीनस ही एग्जिस्ट करता है, दूसरा और कोई टाइप है ही नहीं. पर जब भी आप डिफाइन करोगे वो बोलता है कि देयर आर सर्टेन रूल्स. ओके, अगर आप रूल्स नहीं फॉलो करते हो तो आप फैलेसीज कमिट करते हो. इज दिस मच क्लियर टू एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Let's just go through the let's go through rules, और रूल्स के वायलेशन पे हम क्या फैलेसी कमिट करते हैं. लेट्स एनालाइज दैट. तो rules of per genus differentium definition. Per genus differentium definition. Okay. Now, so traditional logicians, what they have did, they have basically framed certain rules. Okay, for defining something. आप कोई भी definition बनाओ. Okay, and actually while studying this, you keep on applying. आप अपने हाथ में कोई भी एक definition ले लो. आप economics का definition पढ़े होगे 2 दिन पहले, वो उठा लो. किसी और concept का marginal utility and all those things, आप कोई भी definition पढ़े होगे, just keep it in front of you and keep on relating with whatever we are discussing right now. You will find that 80 to 90% things are being followed, or else these could have committed an error, committed a fallacy. Okay, so you can keep on comparing also simultaneously if you want. Okay? Now, what it is talking about is that whenever you define something, pay attention. Okay, first rule that it talks about is when you define something, okay, the definition must be applicable. Okay? The definition must be applicable to everything included in the species defined and nothing more than that, nothing beyond that. Okay. Now pay attention to this. What exactly it is talking about. Okay. It says that there are certain keywords. Let's write down. Okay. ये पूरा रूल है, एक पहला रूल है. Okay. So definition किसके लिए applicable होना चाहिए? It should be applicable to everything included in the species जो species आप define कर रहे हो. Okay, always ensure, like for example baby was a species. Let's go through this example. Okay, baby is a species for that matter. Okay, और जब आप species को define करते हो तो in that case आपका definition का applicability हमेशा होना चाहिए to everything that is included. It means when you talk about very young, okay, so in that case all very young children, के ऊपर this definition has to be applicable, not beyond that, not on anything else. So आप 14 years वाले को इसमें नहीं include करोगे when you are defining baby. So species baby जब आप define करते हो उसका genus है child. तो जब आप ये definition frame करोगे तो आपको ये याद रखना है कि your definition should be covering everything that species needs to possess, that species includes. So in that case everything is definitely that differentia which is there, so very young, that quality which will differentiate a baby from other children for that matter. Okay, so this is what it is saying. Now in that case, now we'll go to example to understand. Okay, in case you violate the rule somehow, okay, of course by mistake only, that is why we are calling it as fallacy. So suppose आपका definition किसी और class को भी applicable हो जाता है, so babies के अलावा कहीं और जाता है, तो in that case it becomes a fallacy, it commits a fallacy, and that fallacy is, okay, सबसे पहला, so I'll just keep it F1. So fallacy 1 that you are committing is too narrow definition. थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल होता है, it will take time but don't worry. Too narrow definition and also it commits too wide definition. Fallacy of too narrow definition and fallacy of too wide definition. Okay, now pay attention what this exactly is. Okay, when you talk about typically there is a term, let's take example, थोड़ा सा abstract imagination लगेगा आपको. Okay, so if you say a spinster is a young unmarried female. Okay, so a spinster is a young unmarried female. Now pay attention to this. Okay, when we talk about, of course, in case of spinster, the meaning of the term spinster is unmarried female. Okay, बट यहाँ पे इसने क्या किया है, यहाँ पे उसने सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही टाइप के बेसिकली क्लास को इंक्लूड किया, सॉरी जीनस को, स्पीशी को इंक्लूड किया है. इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट अनमैरिड फीमेल्स हु आर यंग, बट एक्चुअल में स्पिंस्टर is the term which is applied to any age group की unmarried female for that matter. So यहाँ पे out of the class of pay attention. Okay, this is the class of unmarried females. Okay, so typically this is the class of spinster. Okay. So unmarried females को हम spinster बोलते हैं. For you ये meaning याद रखो. Okay, now ये class है spinster का course. उसमें कि of course there will be young also, old also, you know, of course the middle age group will also be there, so there will be different age groups in that, you know? There are many women who are unmarried and they belong to different age groups, but while talking about, now pay attention, you know, while defining here, okay, the species which has been defined, that is in that way spinster, okay, that is not talking about all other members of its class. It is only talking about, you know, maybe just one age group, that is young unmarried female. But any other unmarried female of any age group would also be called as spinster. So यहाँ पे basically इन्होंने क्या किया, इन्होंने अपने ग्रुप के, बेसिकली अपने जीनस के, कुछ मेंबर्स को कवर ही नहीं किया है. So it means the definition which should be applicable to everything included in the species. So everything included in the species. Now spinster means any age group. So ideally it should have been a spinster is an unmarried female. Okay. यहाँ पे इन्होंने क्या किया है, सिर्फ यंग ग्रुप की बात करके उसको लिमिटेड बना दिया है. So it means बाकी के मेंबर्स की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. So in that case the definition is committing a fallacy of too narrow definition. Okay. बहुत छोटा डेफिनेशन लिया है उन्होंने, जबकि यहाँ पे ये ब्रॉडर ग्रुप है. तो जो पहला रूल था कि आपका जो भी डेफिनेशन है वो स्पीशीज पे पूरी तरह जो है अप्लाई होना चाहिए. ओके, और यहाँ पे स्पीशीज में इफ यू सी सिर्फ यंग ग्रुप को कवर किया गया है, बाकी एज ग्रुप्स को छोड़ दिया गया है. सो इट मींस दिस डेफिनेशन इज टू नैरो डेफिनेशन. समझ में आ रहा है? यस और नो?
Ma'am, so it breaks the rules. So
Yes, it breaks the rule. Yes,
Okay.
it cannot be counted.
And there are how many rules for per genus?
There are many rules. We are coming to that. This is the first group of rules that we are talking. If you violate this first rule, then you are committing two fallacies. Either it will be too narrow fallacy. It means आप जो है शायद उस species के group में जितने लोग include होने चाहिए basically, ना, आप शायद उसमें से कुछ लोगों को exclude कर दोगे. जब exclude कर दोगे तो in that case too narrow. जब आप ज्यादा लोगों को कवर कर लोगे जो उसमें एग्जिस्ट भी नहीं करते, आप उनको भी कवर कर लोगे sometimes, in that case it is too wide definition. So a definition should be applicable to exactly what is needs to be given, and every species के जितने भी members हैं उन सब पे अगेन एप्लीकेबल होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे एप्लीकेबिलिटी या तो कम के लिए हो जाती है या तो ज्यादा के लिए हो जाती है. तो जब भी एप्लीकेबिलिटी कम के लिए होती है, in that case we are committing the fallacy of too narrow definition, and whenever it is vice versa, then we are committing the fallacy of too wide definition. Too wide का भी एक example देख लो.
When it's vaguely described.
Yes. Okay. Now, by the way, vaguely described के लिए अलग fallacy. ठीक है. So थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे membership की बात देखो कि spinster में there are many age groups, but वहाँ पे सिर्फ young unmarried female की बात की जा रही है. तो there are multiple which are not covered ना actually. So this is the suppose अगर आपको लगता है young and old, अगर आपको दो ही classification लगता है, तो भी इसने सिर्फ young की बात की, old की तो बात ही नहीं की. So in that case जो definition सारे members पे applicable होना चाहिए था उस particular species के, तो वहाँ पे वो कहीं ना कहीं शॉर्ट फॉलिंग है इसका कि वो सिर्फ एक ही सब ग्रुप पे अप्लाई हुआ है. बाकी स्पिंस्टर जो है उन पे एप्लीकेबल नहीं हो रहा. तो इट मींस आप उसे कुछ मेंबर्स को छोड़ दे रहे हो. तो इन दैट केस जब आपने सबको कवर ही नहीं किया तो उसको डेफिनेशन कैसे बोल सकते हो ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज फॉर दैट मैटर. सो आप स्पिंस्टर का डेफिनेशन ही नहीं मान सकते उसको अगर वो कुछ ही मेंबर्स के बारे में बात करे. तो इनकम्प्लीट डेफिनेशन है ना. आइडियली मेंबर बाकी के मेंबर्स को छोड़ दिया उसने, सिर्फ यंग अनमैरिड फीमेल्स को कवर किया. जबकि अगर ये वर्ड नहीं होता तो यहाँ पे ये फैलेसी कमिट नहीं करता. बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वन वर्ड के इट इज कमिटिंग अ फैलेसी ऑफ टू नैरो डेफिनेशन. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Now in that case, too wide में देखते हैं हम लोग. If you say,
Ma'am, sorry to disturb. Can you
oh, that's fine.
can you change the first statement only, the spinster, instead of
Why
young? What can we change in the entire statement to?
The spinster is an unmarried female.
No. Give
Then
same example which you have used for narrow. Convert it to wide, so it will be easy to distinguish the difference.
नहीं,
between narrow
in
and
this case,
wide.
in this case it is not possible. In this case it is not possible. So if
Okay.
like else, हाँ, so in spinster अगर आप suppose इसमें males को भी include कर दो for that matter, unmarried females and males, so that would be too wide definition. So yeah, we can go. Okay, and males. So unmarried males को आप spinster नहीं बोलते. It's only unmarried females who are known to be spinster. For males, there are different terminologies for that. Like bachelor, we use the term bachelor for that. Okay, any age group, we do call them as bachelor. So in that case, यहाँ पे in spinster में only unmarried females has to be there, but आपने उस वहाँ पे males को भी include कर दिया, those who are unmarried. Are you getting this? तो आप वहाँ
Yeah.
कुछ ज्यादा बता रहे हो, वो बोलने की जरूरत नहीं थी आपको. आपका डेफिनेशन फिर से fallacy कमिट करता है too wide definition.
Right. Yeah.
Another example of this is square is four-sided figure. अब सिर्फ square is the only figure which is four-sided, or there are others as well?
A rectangle has four sides.
Right, rectangle has four sides. So in that way, it has been only, it has been too much highlighted. कि only square has been given that kind of basically specification कि जिसका four side we are going to consider. So again, here what am I doing? Okay, in that case, the definition gets applied to other figures also. It's not just only square. So in that case, it becomes too wide. अभी ये जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है ये हम बाकियों को भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. फोर फिगर में देयर आर मल्टीपल अदर थिंग्स आल्सो दैट कुड बी इंक्लूडेड. इट मींस इट्स एप्लीकेबिलिटी इज टू वाइड. बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को असाइन हो रहा है फॉर दैट मैटर इन अ वे. So definition should be restricted only to that much. This is what the principle is. अगर वो अपने स्पीशी को छोड़ के वो बाकी की स्पीशीज को भी कवर कर लेता है तो in that case it is a fallacy. So आपको in that case square, rectangle आपको सब मेंशन करना चाहिए था. पर आप यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हो? डेफिनेटली आप सिर्फ स्क्वायर को मेंशन करके छोड़ दे रहे हो जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी ये फोर साइडेड फिगर का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक जो है बाकी चीजों को भी ऑलरेडी एप्लीकेबल हो जाएगा. सो इट मींस यू आर लिविंग इट इन सच अ वे दैट इट applicability would be too wide. Okay, so in that case you are committing the fallacy of too wide definition. Yes
मैम, जो स्क्वायर इज फोर साइडेड उसमें तो नैरो कॉन्सेप्ट आएगा ना, क्योंकि आप खाली स्क्वायर की बात कर रहे हो, आप रेक्टेंगल की बात नहीं कर रहे हो.
वही बोली. इन केस ऑफ स्पिंस्टर, okay, तू क्या ये किसी और ग्रुप को असाइन कर सकता है ये टर्म?
नहीं मैम, वो समझ गया, स्पिंस्टर वाला अच्छे समझ.
सुन बता रही हूँ, पेशेंस. Okay, now in the case of first example जो हमने देखा वहां पे वो मेंशन करते समय उसने यंग अनमैरिड फीमेल को मेंशन करके छोड़ दिया. Okay, now in that case अगर वो definitely in that case unmarried अगर person लिखता for that matter. Okay, now understand this. Spinster अगर unmarried person लिख देता है यहाँ पे तो in that case ये too wide definition हो जाता, because in that case unmarried persons are not spinster for that matter. In spinster में there is only one class which needs to be included. Now पहले वाले में जब टू नैरो होगा तो याद रखना उसमें मेंबर्स कवर नहीं किए, पर यहाँ पे आपने ऐसा वर्ड यूज कर दिया आगे जो फोर साइडेड फिगर है जो आपने यहाँ पे डिफरेंशिया लाने की कोशिश की. अब वो डिफरेंशिया का क्वालिटी बाकी लोगों पे भी एप्लीकेबल हो जाता है. ये प्रॉब्लम है. यहाँ पे ये कम लोगों को कवर करता है ये स्पिंस्टर वाला. ये अपने उसका ग्रुप बड़ा है और वो बाकी लोगों को छोड़ देता है. पर यहाँ पे ऐसा एक्सप्लेनेशन आ गया आगे. ओके, नो पे अटेंशन. ये फोर साइडेड फिगर ये जो वर्ड यूज कर दिया ना, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस डिफरेंशिया पूरी प्रॉब्लम हो गई है कि फोर साइडेड फिगर में से स्क्वायर नहीं आता, बाकी के भी आते हैं. तो इसका मतलब इसका एप्लीकेबिलिटी का रेंज जो है वो बढ़ जाता है. स्पिंस्टर के केस में ये नहीं हो रहा, उसका एप्लीकेबिलिटी का रेंज नहीं बढ़ रहा, उसका रेंज फिक्स है फॉर दैट मैटर. ओके, बट फोर साइडेड फिगर में जो है उसका एप्लीकेबिलिटी जो है वो बहुत सारे मेंबर्स को चला जाता है. So in that case it becomes too wide. So application becomes too wide. समझ रहा है तुझे? स्पिंस्टर में एप्लीकेशन ज्यादा को तो असाइन नहीं कर सकता. तू जाएगा तो मैक्सिमम तू बोलेगा हाँ भाई आपने बाकी एज ग्रुप को छोड़ दिया, तो वहां पे आपने अपने एज ग्रुप को छोड़ दिया. बट यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जो भी आपका एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया है, जो भी आपका डिफिनियंस है, वो डिफिनियंस ही ऐसा है कि उसका एप्लीकेबिलिटी इज एप्लीकेबल टू मोर देन वन मेंबर्स. सो इन दैट केस दैट इज टू वाइड. डिफरेंस समझ में आ गया?
हाँ मैम.
थोड़ा सा सोचना, you know, like don't leave this topic immediately, everyone. Today, somehow, you know, today, tomorrow, jab bhi in this week itself, just sit once and try to read and differentiate between the, the fallacies which are given, or the meanings and rules which are given, so that you can frame your own understanding for this. Okay? So too narrow कब हुआ? जब उसने अपने members को कुछ छोड़ दिया जो उसी के ग्रुप में आते हैं, पर उसका applicability वहां से बाहर नहीं जा सकता. टू वाइड में क्या हुआ कि डेफिनेशन ऐसे दे दिया आपने कि उसका एप्लीकेबिलिटी बहुत सारे मेंबर्स को भी एप्लीकेबल हो जाता है. सो इन दैट केस इट बिकम्स टू वाइड डेफिनेशन.
So, ma'am, for example, if I say all Indians are poor, a generalized statement which says कि सब Indians ही poor है, but actual में reality वैसा नहीं है कि someone from our middle class. Okay.
Now understand, when you are defining, ये आप define नहीं कर रहे हो, ये आप characteristic बता रहे हो.
Okay. Definition तो एक particular thing का जैसे square तो four sides. Okay.
So you have to define the only applicable. पूरा का पूरा फंक्शन तब स्टार्ट होगा जब आप डिफाइन करने की कोशिश करोगे. उसके बियॉन्ड ही आप लोगों को कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है. ये कैरेक्टरिस्टिक असाइन करो, जो करना है करो, बाकी का काम आप करते रहो अपना. पर जब आप डिफाइन करोगे तो आपको रूल्स याद रखने. अगर आप रूल्स नहीं फॉलो करोगे तो आप फैंसी कमिट करोगे. आया समझ में? So it's only while defining, when you frame definitions, then only, okay, this particular again concept is applicable. Okay, going to the second one. Okay, fine. Now what it says, the definition has to be framed, okay, always in such a way that it should not keep on defining itself by that means. Okay, suppose if I ask you, okay, tell me what is the meaning of suppose water. Okay, आप मुझे उसके लिए दूसरा वर्ड दोगे, मैम पानी. अगर मैं बोलूंगी what is the meaning of courage, आप बोलोगे एकदम वीर, बलवान, ब्रेव का मतलब क्या हुआ. This is how. तो आप क्या टिपिकली कर रहे हो, आप जो है उसी वर्ड को दूसरे वर्ड से डिफाइन करके दे रहे हो मुझे. This should never happen in a definition. Okay, so suppose अगर इकोनॉमिक्स को जो है, अगर चलो इकोनॉमिक्स को हम डिफाइन करने से, इकोनॉमिक्स इज अगेन मार्केट रिलेटेड स्टडी. सपोज अगर मैं उसको दूसरे वर्ड से ऐसे ही डिफाइन करके दे दूं, कुछ ओवरलैपिंग या कुछ सिनोनिम वर्ड से अगर मैं डिफाइन करके दे दूं, तो इन दैट केस आई एम नॉट डिफाइनिंग इट, आई एम गिविंग अनदर वर्ड फॉर इट. So as per modern logic, जो bi-variable definition है, with this logic, for traditional logicians it is a fallacy. Okay, because अगर मैंने बोला कि what is pen, तो आप बोलोगे मैम जो लिखने के काम आता है. तो in that case आप मुझे क्या कर रहे हो, आप मुझे in a way गोल गोल घुमा के सेम डेफिनेशन से वापस सेम मीनिंग वापस ला के दे रहे हो, सेम वर्ड्स का सेट मुझे प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो. तो इन दैट केस यू आर नॉट डिफाइनिंग, you are rather committing a fallacy for that matter. So अगर मैंने बोला who is a teacher, the one who teaches, who is a student, the one who basically attends lecture. So in that case what you are doing, you are giving me the similar, same चीजों का meaning मुझे similar चीजों से मिलते हुए ला रहे हो और मुझे same चीजें define करके दे रहे हो. तो in that case ऐसा definition हो सकता है क्या? आप ही सोच के देखो. Logic is reasoning. अगर मैं इतना बोल दूँ तो of course this is not complete definition in that way. So in that case what we need to remember कि जब भी हम कोई चीज डिफाइन करें तो हम उसके वापस से सिनोनिम से या फिर जो ऐसे सेट ऑफ वर्ड जो उसको फिर से उसी चीज को वापस बोलते हैं should not be made used of. Okay, so this is the second rule. The second rule says that whenever you define something, okay, it must not directly or indirectly define the thing by itself. The thing by itself. तो अगर मैंने बोला कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट डिफाइन करो, अगर आपने मुझे बोल दिया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को क्या बोलते हैं किसी और लैंग्वेज में बताओ. What is the meaning of contract? What is the synonym for contract anyway?
An agreement.
If I say agreement, that will be wrong, right?
That will
A
be
deal.
wrong.
A deal.
ठीक है, इन अ वे थोड़ा नैरो मीनिंग दे रहे हैं हम लोग, टू बी मोर स्पेसिफिक। सोचो सोचो सोचो। By the way, overlappingly you can call it as an agreement, okay? और सिर्फ agreement बोल के छोड़ दोगे तो it is a fallacy. Keep this very much like in the know,
So,
okay?
so if we say a contract is an agreement
This is fallacious definition.
codified by, or
हाँ,
should we say
yes,
codified
yes,
by law?
yes, there has to be analysis in
What
it.
kind of agreement?
So,
वो हम लोग बताना।
exactly. So if I ask you in what format it could be, then it could be like written or spoken, could be the different formats, of course, available. Okay, but this is typically there is one more thing, that is there has to be enforceability of law. So अगर law का enforceability नहीं है, तो in that case वो contract हो ही नहीं सकता. That is one of the distinguishing feature. That is differentia. Okay, you need to understand this. So contract को आप जब भी define करोगे, what is the differentia in that? That enforceability, which is being supported by law, so enforceable by law. Now understand this. अगर आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए मुझे सिर्फ एग्रीमेंट वर्ड देके छोड़ देते, या अगर आपको लगता है उसका मीनिंग डील होता है, ओके, या एग्रीमेंट होता है, तो एग्रीमेंट तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट हाउ कैन यू कॉल इट एज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट? अगर मैंने देव को बोला है फॉर दैट मैटर कि भाई चल ये डील कि अगर तू अच्छे से पढ़ाई करेगा तो इन दैट केस तुम सब अगर अच्छे से पढ़ाई करोगे क्लास में, तो देव अपनी क्लास को बता दे कि नेक्स्ट ईयर हम लोग जो है सपोज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया जाएंगे। नाउ can it be considered to be a contract? Is it enforceable by law?
No, ma'am.
Does it have any existence for that matter? So in that case, when you define something, you always have to remember कि आप जो है उसके लिए दूसरा word मत दो कभी. Okay, you have to give the analysis of that always, and also you cannot speak in circular way. Okay, murder is one who commits the murder. Okay, then typically suppose something that we can't see is not existing. Suppose I cannot see a movement of a specific body, in that case that is ghost. ये सब जो है fallacious definitions है, आप definitions कभी भी ऐसे form नहीं कर सकते। बट तो देखिए particular rule आपको यही बोल रहा है कि your definition must not directly or indirectly define the thing by itself. So aqua means water, wrong way of defining. Okay, courage means bravery, wrong way of defining. You have to definitely get into a proper analysis, its applicability, who are becoming the members of that. अब सारे members में वो applicability again apply हो रही है कि नहीं, is it reaching to everyone or not? All these things सोचते हुए and making sure that you are not giving word by word, you are not defining it by itself. Okay, then only it could be basically a right definition that you can form, or again a definition which is free from any kind of fallacy. Now understand one thing, then we do something like this, and that is where we commit fallacy. Okay, so again fallacy, I'll keep it as 2.1. It means second fallacy ka first one, second rule ka first fallacy. Okay, so in that case the first fallacy is circular. The fallacy of circular definition, SIRCULAR. Okay, the fallacy of circular definition. So the same thing. A lawyer is one who argues in the court. Okay, this is ये गोल गोल घुमाना हो गया. Okay, so teacher is one who teaches. Student is one who studies. Okay, principal is one who administers. Okay, now in that case आप क्या कर रहे हो? आप उसी चीज को गोल घुमा के वापस वही बता रहे हो, सो आप गोल गोल घूम रहे हो, दैट के सर्कुलर वे में आप डिफाइन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो कोई चीज, एंड दिस इज अ फैलेसी एज पर ट्रेडिशनल लॉजिक. ओके, देन सेकंड फैलेसी इज सो F2.2 that goes as synonymous definition. Synonymous. Now this is synonym देना is not allowed. It means so जब भी आप synonym दे के कोई चीज डिफाइन करते हो, जनरली पता है क्लास में बोलते हैं कि ओके चलो बताओ कल्चर क्या होता है. तो इन दैट केस आप मुझे उसका टिपिकल हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन बता दो या मराठी ट्रांसलेशन बता दो या उसके लिए कोई दूसरा उसका सिनोनिम वर्ड बता दो, तो हम डिफाइन थोड़ी कर रहे हैं, हम मीनिंग नहीं बता रहे हैं. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम एक वर्ड के बदले दूसरा वर्ड दे रहे हैं, एक फ्रेज के बदले दूसरा फ्रेज दे रहे हैं. तो इन दैट केस वी आर कमिटिंग एक्चुअली अ फैलेसी. और अंडरस्टैंड कि इससे आपको वर्ड समझ में नहीं आता है, आप सच में उसका डेफिनेशन नहीं समझते हो. आप सिर्फ उसका दूसरा सिनोनिम वर्ड जान जाते हो, दैट इज द ओनली डिफरेंस, बट you never understand the definition for that matter. So that is why your definition should not ever be in circular framework, and it should never be synonymous in nature. Understood? Clear this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you asked earlier on water ka, you could give an example about water. So some people I think said H2O. So what if we say that
Yes.
water is an instrument which reduces thirst or completes the need or satisfaction of thirst?
Then that is also a
Can
kind
that
of
be a
fallacy.
definition or can that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is also a fallacy. That is a fallacy which comes under third categorization which is there. So उसको हम figurative definition बोलते हैं, fallacy or figurative definition. तो third में आएगा, that will be covering tomorrow. So understood these two rules at least. थोड़ा सा technical है, but it is very of course very thoughtful. If I consider this to be, because most of the times I have tried to basically analyze all the definitions, okay, on the basis of these parameters which are there. So always try to, because as a law student you will be continuously dealing with definitions, so many things, which are complex also in nature. So in that case, definitely in order to understand a definition, it is very important that you understand the analysis of that. और जब आप analysis करते हो तो हमेशा उसको parts में divide करो. So I'll give you certain examples tomorrow, maybe a few definitions कि जहाँ पे actually while framing तो छोड़ दो, but while understanding also how we have to learn the skill of course decoding our definitions which are there. Okay. Now before I wind up, is there any addition in the lecture? जो last lecture में नहीं थे but इस lecture में आए हैं. Is there anyone like that? I'll just add their names. Just check your names for that matter. Is Diksha here? Jessica? Aditya? Ankita?
present ma'am.
कौन कौन? आदित्य?
Aditya.
अब second lecture में आ गए. ठीक है. वैष्णवी?
Yeah, ma'am. Even I joined from the second lecture.
नियति? नियति नहीं है. अनुज? कौन बात कर रहा है?
खुशबू बात कर रही है.
म्यूट कर. You're already there. Okay. अनुज जाधव? By any chance? नहीं है. Let's check for A division.
मैम मैं प्रेजेंट हूँ B10.
कौन मैं? नाम बताओ.
जैसिका B10.
E10, Jessica. Mute yourself.
Yes, B10.
Yes, it's done. Please mute. Okay. ये कौन है? श्रमिक, are you there? लवेश? अंश? अंशुमन?
मैम अंश है.
पूजा? शांतनु? ठीक है. So we can stop for the day. Okay. Let's connect tomorrow with the.
Ma'am. Sorry. Ma'am, how many types of fallacies are there?
There are overall 6 types of fallacies based upon 3 rules.
And it is for pre-genus or it's for definition in general?
No, this is for per genus. As per modern logicians, definition का method एक ही है, that is per genus. समझ में है?
Yeah.
Per genus में there are certain rules. इसका मतलब per genus आप analyze करते हो. So जब आप analyze करते हो तो आप 3 rule follow करते हो. अगर rules आप violate करते हो तो आप fallacy commit कर रहे हो. Understood?
So under 3 rules, there are multiple fallacies going on.
There are. Every rule has 2 fallacies in case you violate the rule.
In the first one, it was wide and narrow, so and so forth.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
मैम B20 प्रेजेंट.
कौन B20 नाम बताओ?
अमन सिंह.
अमन सिंह. अमन तू क्लास में कुछ बोलता क्यों नहीं? काम
मैम
की बात,
8:33
हाँ
प्रेजेंट।
मैम।
कोई काम की बात क्यों नहीं बोलता है क्लास में आजकल?
मैम डाउट होगा मैं पूछ लूंगा मैम।
क्या रोल नंबर बताया तूने अमन अपना? तू प्रेजेंट ही है।
मैम
अमन आज क्या पढ़ा
8:33।
है?
डन डन।